We begin with what I think is one of the most interesting bets that is out there right now surrounding the NFL draft. And it is this question: how many quarterbacks are going to go in the first round? I feel pretty good based on the numbers right now, if you look at the odds makers, that the first 3 picks are going to be quarterbacks. I would bet basically every dollar that I'm going to bet on football this fall. I would say, you know what, you give me good money here. I feel good about the chances that we're going to see quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3. And I actually think if you look at the numbers that we're going to see Trevor Lawrence, number 1 overall to the Jags, number 2 overall, the Jets are going to draft Kyle Wilson, and then I think we're going to see Mac Jones go to the San Francisco 49ers, right? So if you break down all of the odds markets, that's what they are telling you pretty aggressively, that's going to be the first 3 picks. There's zero doubt about the first 2 picks now, Zach Wilson to the Jets and Trevor Lawrence to the Jags. But if you look at who is going to be the 3rd pick, Mac Jones is starting to create some distance for himself as well. But I'm more intrigued than how many of those quarterbacks and where are they going to go in the first 3. I'm now starting to get interested in wherever Trey Lance goes and wherever Justin Fields goes. And I told you I thought Trey Lance would end up with the Lions and that I think somehow Justin Fields is going to end up with the Broncos. That's my prediction. I'm starting to wonder now whether there could be a 6th quarterback go in the first round. And if it were to happen, that would be the most quarterbacks drafted in the first round since 1983. Who could be interested in one of these quarterbacks late in the first round? Kellen Mond and Kyle Trask. And if they did that, why would they do it? Got a pretty good theory here for you. Right now, you get your first-round draft pick for 4 years, guaranteed, the first-round draft pick does. And then teams have an option to pick up a 5th year. That makes a lot of sense if you're interested in a quarterback. So right now, there's a lot of people saying, hey, Kyle Trask and Kellen Mond could go somewhere in the 2nd round. But if you are, and I'm just going to toss out a few teams here, if you are the New England Patriots, if you are the Chicago Bears, if you are the Carolina Panthers, let's say that you might be one of those teams that I just named, or certainly the Lions or the Broncos. You might not want to draft a quarterback high up in the first round, but you might be interested if you have a 2nd-round pick in trading up and giving up some assets like what happened with the Baltimore Ravens when they dove back in at the end of the first round and grabbed Lamar Jackson. Why was that such a good move for the Ravens? Because for quarterbacks, given how much money they make, you're getting a steal of a deal on the first 4 years that a quarterback is under contract as a rookie deal. And also, you can add a 5th year if your quarterback is really good. And this is where a lot of teams have found value in being able to make Super Bowl runs. Think about it. Seattle Seahawks, they win not with Russell Wilson when he's making market rate salary. They won with him when he was under his rookie contract. Think about Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes into the Super Bowl mix super early under that rookie contract. Think about, even though he didn't win it, Carson Wentz, one reason the Eagles could spend a lot of assets and dollars elsewhere was because Carson Wentz was under his rookie contract. Even Jared Goff, the Rams had an incredible value for him early on. They were able to spend money elsewhere. And then when they had to give him the real dollars that he wanted and believed that he was worth on the open market, they gave it to him, but then he didn't live up to it, and they went ahead and they moved on. And this is what the Cowboys tried to do, by the way, with Dak Prescott. This is what the Houston Texans tried to do with Deshaun Watson. If you can find a young quarterback who is a stud, this is what the Ravens are trying to do with Lamar Jackson right now. It's what the Bills are doing with Josh Allen, and it is what the Cleveland Browns are doing with Baker Mayfield. And frankly, it's what the Carolina Panthers are trying to do with Sam Darnold, who they just traded for. It is get a quarterback under his overall market value and take advantage of that opportunity while you can. So, 5 quarterbacks are going in the first round. Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones. I believe those are going to be your first 3 picks. I'm betting that Justin Fields is going to end up with the Broncos and that Trey Lance is going to end up with the Lions. Could I be wrong? Certainly. It's a draft. Anybody could be wrong. But what we know is that all 5 of those quarterbacks are going to go in the first round. And somebody might have to trade up for Justin Fields. Somebody might have to trade up for Trey Lance. We don't know exactly what the market is going to look like. But we do know that there are a lot of teams that are in the quarterback market. And as I look and start to survey this, I think there is value in a 6th quarterback getting picked up at the end of the first round. Kellen Mond, Jimbo Fisher, a little bit nervous about Jimbo Fisher and quarterbacks. Let's be honest. He's had a lot of guys drafted. Great quarterback head coach. A lot of those guys haven't really panned out once they have actually gotten into the NFL. E.J. Manuel, I believe Christian Ponder, Dub, you can look that up and confirm it. I believe Christian Ponder was a Jimbo Fisher guy, and certainly Jameis Winston was a Jimbo Fisher guy. Those guys haven't necessarily proven themselves at the NFL level. To me, that's not an indictment of the head coach. That actually means that Jimbo Fisher is getting everything that he possibly can out of those guys while he is coaching them in college. Makes me a little bit nervous about the idea of going with Kellen Mond. I like Kyle Trask. I think the question with Kyle Trask is how big is his arm? But I think he sees the field phenomenally well. And I actually think Kyle Trask is a perfect quarterback for Bill Belichick. So a part of me feels like Belichick could do what the Patriots often do, and that is give up his early first-round pick for more picks, move back to later in the first round, near the end of the first round potentially, maybe even trade out of his first-round pick completely and then trade back into the first round and grab Kyle Trask so that you get an extra deal with him. By the way, Christian Ponder, Bobby Bowden, and also Jimbo Fisher. Makes me a little bit nervous about Kellen Mond, but somebody might also be in love with Kellen Mond and want to make that move up to get him. If you want to bet on this, you know how you can do it, FanDuel.com/Clay. I love all the drama of the draft. I think there's a chance 6 quarterbacks go in the first round for the first time since 1983. It's a quarterback league, and I think somebody is going to be desperate enough near the end of the first round to make a move aggressively to come up and grab another quarterback. We know 5 are going. Could Kellen Mond go? Could Kyle Trask go? I think it's going to happen. I think we're going to get to 6.